So hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm trying to get better at talking to a camera and kind of improving my content creator skills. So I thought I would, put together another little journal tour, because the last time you lot saw this journal, it was significantly smaller, and I remember saying something along the lines of, this is only a sketchbook. It didn't end up just as a sketchbook. So I thought I would kind of walk you through a bit more detail than the last time. I can kind of go into detail about my different pages, things I don't like, things I do like, the processes I've used. So I just wanted to mention this notebook, or this sketchbook, and my new sketchbook are both Lectrum, 1917 Lectrum. These are both A5 size. So this is like what a brand new one basically looks like. That's what mine looks like. This one, my new one, has dotted pages, so I'll show you what I'm doing in that one at the moment. But this one had plain pages, and for the sake of the spine, I haven't quite finished the back of it. I don't tend to finish ones like these because I tend to just take the back pages out and use them for other things. This is one where I have severely overpacked it. Again, about that much of it I was not able to use, but I don't know, I don't really like having the big bulgy kind of ones that kind of stand up by themselves. I usually tend to retire my notebooks after they can stand and withstand quite a lot of movement. So do forgive my voice, I am a bit ill, so this is kind of my way of distracting myself. But yeah, as I said, I am trying to get better at kind of content creation and all of that, because it seems you can't be an artist without being a content creator. So I would appreciate it if you guys could give my Instagram a follow. It's at mentally7, and I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna shut up. Oh, and just for a little context, I've moved up to uni, so my desk is a lot different than my desk before, and I don't have my mum's tripod to nick, so I'm gonna have to think this through. Here we go. This, I did manage to get my camera up. It's balanced in my desk lamp, so thank you IKEA, I guess. So this is my sketchbook. It was started on the 25th of the 4th, 2025, and I archived it on the 4th of the 1st, 2026, when I bought a new one, basically. The stickers that are on here, there isn't much rhyme or reason for them. I kind of just wanted to, I don't know, almost sticker bomb the outside. I think this one was here originally, the Memento Mori one, and then this little Minecraft one, and then I kind of just added, and so I had to put some sticky back plastic on, which is quite shiny compared to the new one that's not. This one's like holographic. So yeah, that's how, I don't really have a ruler to reference like how wide it is. There's a nail polish bottle. This is basically what I bring to places where I don't want to be on my phone. I don't know, I really do enjoy my journals. I'm kind of waffling now, so let's open it. The beginning of every journal, I put a Polaroid of myself in. It's kind of just become a little tradition that I do. This is an LED remote. The sticker from it, I don't know why, but kind of just felt like it. So here I am this time. So usually I have my name and then my phone number and my email address, so I have covered that up. You know, none of you can be texting me while I'm trying to sleep. I do usually, in the front of like my moleskin ones, they'll say, if reward if found or whatever, and I always put a kiss. That's another thing that I always put in the front of my sketchbooks. Not that I'm going to kiss any strange person that returns it to me, but, you know, thoughts there. So, this is not in chronological order. I did try to fill it out chronologically, but it weren't. So originally this page was on here, and then I covered that up to put it on there. So these are some little charms that I made. Here we are. This is what they're based off. This one is an ear. Although basically I did trace around certain things. This is an earring that my mum made and gave to me. I have hagstones. This is the entire Elder Sithark runic alphabet, and then my bind rune on the back. And I made these beads out of an old twig from my back garden. Yeah, I'll try and insert a picture of me wearing these, but I really liked making them, so I thought, fuck it, why not draw them? So there you go. So this next page, this is a little poem. Who knows, I was a bit depressed last year, you know, and I like to write shit about theoretical or hypothetical situations. Up here is just a little sticker with what my art Instagram used to say. So Daisy Marshall 05 was my handle. It's now not. This is just a page with all my stamps on it, basically. I needed a page filler, so I put my stamps. And this, I almost see Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty in it. I don't know. I was testing out some new paint pens and wanted to draw something. I'm sorry I begged you to love me. Don't know where that came from. I'm quite proud of this ribcage though. Another poem about a man that I'm not gonna mention. This is, I do like to include postcards quite a lot in my work, or in these sketchbooks at least. I don't know. It's just nice to have a little. This is one that I nicked off my mum. I don't exactly know. I've covered up the back of the postcard, so I don't know what it's called either. This is just another little page filler. Pomegranate, lemons, cherries, apples, I think kiwis, oranges, strawberries. I used to predominantly work with paper, and one of my favourite ways to do that was with a scalpel blade or a craft knife. So I cut them out and put them in my journal. This says breathe. I kind of wanted to do something a little graffiti-ish with the runes, so yeah. Your arms feel like home and I'm homesick. Well, actually that home now repulses me because I've got nothing to do with this man. I do use these journals as a way to kind of just express what I'm feeling in that point in time. And, you know, this was supposed to be my hand. They don't really look like hands, I know. They look more like octopuses. But this was supposed to be someone's hand. He hurt my feelings. Hurt me. So, yeah. I'm not homesick. This is another little think about it. What is the best that could happen? You know, because I, believe it or not, didn't think I'd make it to my 18th birthday, and I'm going to be 21 this year. So that's a bit mad. And that's basically what that page is all about. These are jelly plate prints I did in high school. I found them out and wanted to put them in here. This is a postcard of the Great Wave from the British Museum, I'm pretty sure. Delilah Bonn, I've seen her live, so I circled the show I saw. 10 out of 10 show. She is amazing. Give her a listen. These are just, I like to save every little receipt and every little thing. So these are bus tickets, receipts, and then just little stickers that I've drawn over top. I feel like I'm missing pages, but I have just stuck pages together as well. Yeah. I went and I saw Sleep Token live, so this is something that I did on the train there and back to kind of commemorate it. I cannot read this writing for the life of me. This is just ink and watercolour, I'm pretty sure. I made some little lino stamps, which I thought were really cute, and I put them in with one of my usual binds. It's just something I draw, basically, every time I'm given a pen. With something unsaid on both ends, surely spelt wrong. We know the difference. They're lyrics from Sleep Token. I quite like them. I also really enjoyed doing this, like, gothic-esque font. I like how it looks like stained glass. Oh, what's Daisy's favourite band? Or was her favourite band, I guess. Sleep Token. This is another paper cut piece. Again, with the little stamps. He reminds me of Gary from SpongeBob, so that's why he's in there. This was like my test prints, but I stuck that in there anyway. Fuck, well that happened. Well, the background of this page is actually a love letter that I wrote to the man I previously mentioned. Yeah, fuck, that happened, I guess. This is still unfinished, and I don't think I'll ever finish it because I feel like I've ruined it. So this is 2 from Sleep Token. Their Sleep Token is all anonymous. They all have masks on. There is some very, very cool lore about it. If you're interested, go and have a look. I think it's the coolest thing ever. This is 2. These are like their old masks. So here's the drummer. This is supposed to be an album cover, another album cover, 3 here, paints, question marks and exclamation marks on his hands sometimes, so that's why they were there. So that is 3, the bassist, and 4, or Ivy, and then, yeah, basically. It's not finished. I don't think it will be. I really did enjoy the line art, but I shouldn't have put this kind of metallic-y watercolour on the back. Testing out paint pens, basically. There's not much rhyme or reason to that. And an envelope with, let me see, nothing in it. Oh, I'm kidding. I, again, just like sticking in random things. These are Caran d'Ache pencils, I'm pretty sure. Or crayons, don't know why they're there. One day I'll grow wings. That is a quote from a TikTok audio, I'm pretty sure. And then I cut the letters out with pictures of me when I was little, and then me when I was bigger, basically. I've had to cover this up. I like to put my address in this book, I've realised. So if you see any other tape, it's because I've put my address in here from like letters, which I've had to cover up because, you know, even though I don't live here anymore, I'm not gonna let you guys know. So this is just like a little sticker, dump page, just random things, my Charlie and Lola stickers. And this is why I don't continue the books as far as I do, because especially with these sewn ones, they just come apart. And I just prefer to have a book that actually stays closed. These are some more binderings that, I don't know, I put Tyr and Fenrir. I was quite proud of that one. This is my dad and some friends when we go down the pub. I'm pretty sure there's no reason behind that. This is me talking about the future. I do this on purpose. I make my wording illegible so I can't go back and like read it again. It is very cathartic, but it is a bit of an eyesore. Another little page. That is from a t-shirt that I got. This is me when I turned 18, and then the receipt from my dinner when I turned 19, and then I drew a little burger, and then like the pic that was in my burger is on there. This is I would say one of my favourite pages in this book. Every colour is a different page that I sat and cut out so they all overlay over each other, which I find incredibly satisfying. it is a bit annoying that it doesn't all line up like it used to. And then there's a piece of black card at the back to just try and help that not flatten itself. Lily pads, no idea why, like them. These are my tickets from the meat raffle from back home. I didn't win, unfortunately. Another card from the British Museum, sweet. Again, in kind of a graffiti-ish font. It's what I used to get called. This, absolutely no idea the context behind this. I think I was pretending that the billiard table, I was watching my dad play billiards. Is it billiards? It is a billiard table. I don't know, maybe, pool table. I don't know. A skull? There isn't a dog skull, but it is a skull, but it kind of looked like a dog. This is another little poem that I wrote about someone. Yeah, please look at me. Yeah, he didn't. You know, but this is, oh, this little sticker is from a glass down the pub that I kind of nicked and put on there. Grow through what you go through was one of my designs from my college work, so I had one of the stickers and thought, oh, I'll put it in here instead. Some other little random bits. This is a drink I had. This is based off of someone I know who has this tattoo. He is a bit too old for me, so it just says he is too old for me. Anyway, this was based off of that trend I saw on TikTok of people making starter kits for themselves, but using AI. So I made one entirely not using AI. This is all paper cut, so everything you see I cut out basically freehand. So there's me, my shark, my dog Margot, my desk, journal, my necklaces, my water bottle, and then thank you for buying Marshy and Max. Marshy is my nickname, or it was my nickname. So what I like, what I don't like, what the dog likes, like chocolate, not Margot. I think, no. This one again, we can blend. We can't blame anybody for it, but I don't like it. So we're just gonna be skipping past that. This is another postcard. Don't know what that says, can't remember. Beware of the teen glare. I thought it was funny. My sister didn't think as much. Just a page full of stickers, because why not? This is one of my favourite quotes that I always repeat if someone goes, oh, do you have a favourite quote? When it gets dark, look for the stars. You know, when all the walls are closing in and you don't think that you can make your way out, try and look for that one positive, because just sometimes looking for the one thing that shines in the dark can make a shit ton of difference. This is waste mess, a little kind of thing I stuck in there. This is from my holiday, so it has the event program in there, my wristband, some stickers, don't know where the stickers are from. Another dribble that I just can't read. It's a chicken on a box. It's cool. I nicked it off my mum. It says memories. Not too sure why. Here's my dog Margot, with just random little things. I bought a knife and it says, are you old enough? I am old enough. This is a little festival me and my mum went to. My mum did submit her artwork. During this festival, an art gallery puts on a exhibition about folklore, specifically the area where we live, or we did live, or like where my family are now, basically. I'm not anymore. I'm up north, but me and my mum went to Bungay in Suffolk for the Black Shuck Festival, so I do like to collect all little trinkets to put in here. So this is something I was given, a little postcard of Shuck. So we dropped Mum's piece off at the gallery. I know that's spelt wrong. Got a sticker in there. They were handing these out so you could burn your demons. A Shuck postcard, and then I bought a Shuck. I think he's the cutest little thing ever. And I picked up some feathers, so they're taped in there as well. This is another thing off the holiday. This is Fenrir. There's Fenrir with his hand. And then this is my dog Gunther. Gunther did pass away this year, or last year. And we always, I'd like to think that Gunther is running up whatever he may be with Fenrir. Because we always used to joke and say Gunth was either a brown shuck, so shuck like this dog, or like Fenrir. So this just says, I pray to the gods that Gunther is running beside the mighty Fenrir, basically. These are my mum's stickers that she gave me, because I went, Mum, can I have some stickers? So she gave me some after I pestered her for about 20 minutes. Everything may seem messy and disorganised, but there's always a pattern. There is always a way out. You know, despite how shit things may feel now, there's a way out of that. That's basically just a reminder. This is from my holiday, the Great Heathen Gathering, Tismute. So there's some pictures of the god poles, me and my friends, our trip we took, went past Birmingham, me and my mum, me, Shuck, my eyeballs apparently. This is the fretboard, and then all of this was marked off for another piece like this one. However, I did not get round to it, so I've just clipped it away. That's my great shame. Another thing with these journals, I like to keep every little thing. So I did, and from time to time, I'll put it in my journal. So there's just some random black and white bits. So I thought it looked cool, like a good juxtaposition against some colour. There's no rhyme or reason behind the colour, it's just there. The whites of your eyes turn black in the low light. In turning divine, we tangle endlessly like lovers intertwined. Sleep token lyrics. And then this was an experiment with weaving, which I didn't really like, but you know, it's in there now. This one's not finished. I don't know who he is supposed to be. Don't know what was supposed to go there. Don't know what was supposed to go there. But instead of just sticking them, I'm actually trying to embrace the fact that I don't like every single one of these pages, you know, because I can't be focusing on making everything perfect, because then I'd only have like 3 pages. You know, if I don't make mistakes, I won't appreciate the things I like, I guess. This is all about my birthday. My friend Amelia got me a Kuchikopi from, here he is, he stands by my desk. My Kuchikopi. He watches over me. My Lego, which is also on my desk, they hold hands. Again, my address. What is up with me putting my address everywhere? Some pyjamas. I'm actually wearing the pyjama bottoms that I bought here, and I just like to keep all these little things. This is the view from my university window, or like where I sit. You can see the Hartlepool Art Museum, so I drew it. M7. Basically, I'm trying to come up with, I've come up with a name for my brand, Mentally 7, but I kind of wanted a logo for it, so I was experimenting with some stickers and some electrical tape, basically. M7. One bad day will not set you back to where you were. Good advice. Floor plan, don't know why. What is currently in my pencil case, and I do basically carry all of this. These are all like my favourite pens, so a white Posca, a black Posca, a black Sharpie, a ruler, Caran d'Ache, China graph pencils, a chalk pencil, pencil sharpener, refill ink, a pencil lead rubber, moldable eraser, a fountain pen, another little pencil, a mechanical pencil, like a mechanical rubber, but I don't know, I quite enjoy doing little things like that. I went to go see Pisserville with my best friend, So I drew me as I was. We went to the OVO Arena. We also went to the Lint. We were listening to some music, and it was called the I Can't Hear You piss of it. So that's why. I went to Manchester with my friend, and I got some little goodies. This is actually supposed to be this little sketchbook that I got that kind of just sits by my desk. I'm trying to find something to do with it. This is basically, I was trying to figure out what I needed to pack when I went to Barcelona. So I was kind of doing little drawings because for me it's easier to draw them right because I'm seeing things is easier, I guess. Again, I just save receipts from things. Well, sometimes I do wonder, sometimes I dream, what will my life look like? I think that says what will happen. Who knows? I went to a wedding and I was kind of like, oh, will anybody love me? Yeah, I know, I was a bit drunk. This is the tag from our Christmas tree. So our new Christmas tree, my dad has called him Little Ben. He's in a pot. So I kind of just drew that. Again, this is just my shopping list. What I wanted to get from the city when I went. Pommy Port, me and my dad made a port sangria, and I'll put a little picture in, but I illustrated, or like I drew on the front of the bottles basically, and I wanted to kind of figure out how I wanted it to look. And then Christmas 2025. So I spent Christmas Day with my dad, Boxing Day with my mum. These are some of my presents. Again, Pommy Port design. Don't know what that were. Checkers, some reason. I do not know what that is. This is New Year's. So my dad got all dressed up. He put his dancing shoes on, and then his jacket says for rent because his mate was convinced that my dad had rented his suit jacket, which he didn't. So that's why it says for rent, the jacket. No. I put some makeup on, and dad has his dancing shoes on because he did dance the night away. These are some other of his friends that I kind of drew because they were like, draw us. And I was drinking appetizer, so no alc for now. That is another, I was trying to draw my dad dancing, didn't really work, didn't like it, so I stopped. And a little sun. And then that's basically what this clip is. This is just paper that I will cut out and use for other little projects. There's not much else in here. I don't think so, at least. Nope. Like, just little scraps of paper. That's the back of a stick. This is where my fountain pen likes to die on me, so that's why it's everywhere. But yeah, quickly before you lot go, I'll show you my new sketchbook. This is Electrum, again like the other one, but this one has dotted pages. So for one, I have not put my Polaroid in yet, which I need to do. And I haven't filled these pages in yet, which I still need to do. I have some fish. I do like my fish. I had to undownload The Sims for quite a while because After Effects took up the majority of my storage on my laptop. So to fulfill the building that I like to do on The Sims, I drew a house. I don't know. It's going to be covered up. I don't like it. There is me. These are my New Year's resolutions, but they're not really resolutions. They are things I'd like to do to help my future self enjoy living more. And I don't know if that's worse than having a resolution. But I don't want to sit here and be like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. So a lot of these is I would like to. My mum laughed at me when I told her that. Or like I read her out my resolutions and she was like, say I want. I was like, I always got told I want never gets. This is the itinerary from my trip to Barcelona that I was given. And another little sheet that I kind of just stuck in. We sung Dancing Queen in the hostel. it was amazing. Barcelona, we went to the Picasso Museum, other little things. This is my luggage tag, and there's the little flower that you see all over Barcelona. What is this? Will I ever be the apple of your eye? Probably not, babe. And then this is another page that I've completed. It's supposed to look like barbed wire, or like a barbed wire, or like a wire fence. And then this is supposed to look like graffiti, just says be happy, but then it's stitched on top of, because I really wanted to do some cross stitching, and I thought I could do it on some dotted paper and it would work the same way. And then this is a postcard that I got from the Picasso Museum, and I've sat and wrote a poem on the back. Basically, I think I'm scared of love. I'm not gonna dive into that, but I've drawn some little hearts on the side, and yeah, there's like nothing else in here. So I do hope that you enjoyed my little sketchbook tours, and I hope to see all of you very, very soon. Bye!